Morning everyone. It's been a minute, it's been a while since I've done anything actually, any type of video recording. I have tried. I tried filming the O-Plate at Hooton last year for GX UK Seniors. I tried filming our fullback test day. I then tried filming our Macy Cup M-Plate, which was the other week. And my GoPro just shit itself. So I've learned that it's actually the SD card. I've had to get an update to then move the firmware update into the GoPro and all that bollocks. So I'm hoping today it will work. I'm not actually doing a GX UK Senior round today, which I know I need to do a walk around. I know I need to do the end product and there's some couple helpful tips. I did try doing it, but once again the GoPro let me down. Hopefully it won't today, because I am having a go in a ProKart for the very first time, and I'm racing in a sprint format for the very first time in a ProKart as well. I'm joining the Mod160 group today. For those that don't know, the Mod160 group is part of it's one of the classes that's joined up for the Access Karting calendar. For this year, they've got 2 rounds where it's not with us. One's at Red Lodge, which is where I'm going today. One's at Bayford Meadows, which is where I'm going to go to next time as well, because I enjoy Bayford. They have modded GX 160s, but I've got 2 GX 200s. So Steve Gross, the organiser, or Grouse, or Gross, some people like to say, he's lending me a kart. I've just got to bring my engines and a couple of other bits as well. So I'm really looking forward to having a go in that today. They're a really great bunch of guys, and they're a benefit to the Access Karting calendar anyway. And having Access Karting, this is without joining them, I would never have actually been able to have the opportunity to go in a ProKart and race in a ProKart. So I'm forever grateful. They've given me loads of opportunities like this. Even last year I went into a TKM. So please do have a look at Access Karting and what they got to offer. It is accessible karting. That is the whole purpose of it. We're heading up to Red Lodge today. I've never been to Red Lodge as well, so that's another great thing for me to try it today. Weather looks a bit naff. It's a bit overcast and a bit cloudy, and there's spots of rain everywhere, but who cares? We're out and we're karting. Hopefully, if it does work, you might have the next footage of me out on track. I've managed to work with a company for a proper GoPro mount, and I'm hoping that would still work. That looks very promising actually. It's not shaky, doesn't cut out, so we'll see how we get on with that. I'll stop blabbering on. I've got about 10 minutes out now, so I need to get down there, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. Alright, so we get started. Just to give you a bit of a view, here's Steve Gross giving me a thumbs up, ready to well, he's probably hoping that I'm not actually going to ditch his kart. And I was full of hope that actually my GoPro might work. But if you see in a minute, the audio kept on going and the frame stops literally a minute I just set off. It's got nothing to do with the mount. I have learned that it is just my GoPro messing up. So unfortunately I've got some random footage here of the day, and we start off with this epic one where I got slightly loaded a bit too earlier, and I then done a domino effect straight into back of lead. But look at this, launch, bosh, gone. He smashed it. I assume my invoice is in the post for helping him out. Now, a couple of things of what Mod160s are. Well, I'll just give you a bit of a brief overview of the footage. They are GX or Honda 160 kart engines, which are modded, and I don't know the ins and outs of them. They've got big scary loud exhausts, they've got some trickery within the cams, maybe within the fueling, within the timing, the ignition. So they are very, very, very cool, and there's 2 of them, so they generate quite a fair bit of power. And here I just take evasive manoeuvres, checking out the lawnmower capability of the engines and the car. But compared to mine are just standard GX 200 Senior engines. They're also sealed. So first time round Red Lodge, and also first time in a ProKart, and also on wet tyres. I've never ever been on wet tyres before, and today just pissed it down, so I'm grateful that I managed to get on them. My initial impressions of wet tyres compared to what I'm used to, just because I've only ever been used to slicks in the wet, is you don't have to take so much of a right angle and off the rubbered down line like a dry line, so that was quite nice to do. You could cut some corners and fairly get away with it. I was probably on lower gearing, but also the torque of the 200s probably help as opposed to the high RPM or high revving side of the 160s. Now, an example of why these Mod160 lads are so welcoming and a helpful bunch is when I first turned up, I needed to get my engines mounted and set up properly onto Steve's kart. There was a couple of chaps that I got introduced to, and they literally helped me out straight away. I didn't even have to ask them, that's just what they were going to do, and that's what they were going to complete for me. So I'm really grateful for that. And modded engines, they might sometimes be a bit temperamental, so everyone just helped each other out on that day. So it was nice and chilled out, and Red Lodge as a track, the organisers are really helpful, nice as well. And I just wanted to point out there, that sharp turning that I had to do, I felt like the ProKarts maybe understeer a bit more than what I've used to sitting in compared to like a GX kart. The rears, they're actually quite nice. I didn't really feel much difference of the rear, maybe sometimes a bit oversteery, but I think that was just because of the wet conditions. But I definitely felt like you had to delay a bit before you had to turn in quite harsh, and then there was a metre or two of delayed, and then it turns in. Whereas GX karts, because they're on slicks, it might be a few metre or two more, but they're much more flexible. That's kind of the gist that I got. Probably because the ProKarts are a lot more heavier. Now, the tyres that I'm on are Mojo D5s, I think a lot of people have fresh Vegas. I think they are, I'm not sure. I'm grateful for whatever I was given, to be honest, providing they had grooves in them. And I think we come third in all the heats, so I was really happy with that. And I made some better racing moves as well. That's kind of what I want to try to improve on this year. And I was trying to get a bit more stuck in on race heats, which is what I've done here as well. I managed to go around the outside of two tasty drivers, and then all of a sudden I'm second, so I don't really know what to do after that. But Red Lodge is quite twisty, technical. You need to keep the speed up, and then you've got to, around the back of the track, you've got a place where you can open up the kart, so the mods really come into their own there as well. And the difference that I found as well is where the GX UK kart being single engines, you probably just need to get bang on the throttle as early as possible and full throttle. With these, it was quite nice actually having like a bit more of a movement, a progressive movement on the accelerator, because you've got two engines and you can move about more. So that's a bit about the characteristics as to what I've learned. It pissed it down all day. So I wish I could have gotten some dry line, because I'm sure that would have been quite fun. I think they run Mojo D2, Mojo 2 something, I think they are. They're basically better, stronger, slicker tyres, so great fun with that. Overall, it was a fantastic day. Everyone was really welcoming. There was no arguments, nothing like that. And I've left this part in it because you'll see that most people are carrying more than one trolley, right? And I think, for me personally, that's probably quite a good indication as to how well people are willing to help out other people in this class. They always try and help someone else out first, which probably is a bit of a rarity, and always trying to look to support each other. So that they're going to be a really good addition to Access Karting, I believe. What else can I say? So overall, I got absolutely soaked, but I had a wonderful day. I managed to get out into a ProKart that I've never been in a ProKart before, and understand the characteristics of driving a different kart and how they handle and how they perform. I managed to tick some boxes of just maybe trying to improve in my racecraft and trying to get a bit more stuck in to the heats, especially as this sprint format. It was a good day. I had no complaints whatsoever. The kart was wonderful, and in the end, Lee took pole and Tony took second, with Steve Gross coming third, which there might be a photo in it now. Coming up, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Thanks again to Steve for lending me a car and for giving me the opportunity to do it. Here he is. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's a bit of a brief overview, and hope to catch you soon in another video when my GoPro's better. Cheers.